Hello everybody, welcome. I'm up over here right now because I just decided to put myself up here with everybody else. So this is where we are. We're up in the corner. Hello. Welcome. Today we are here to talk about sort of the shenanigans that have gone on between like apologetics and how trash that is, and sort of the differences between like an excuse and a reason. Things like that. Puck is here. But I hear a lot of people being like, oh, well, the community thinks this, and oh, the community says this, and oh, the community wants to know this. I get kind of tired of it and would kind of just rather hear from you guys. So I've brought some people from the community in, and this is a little bit of an open hangout. So if you are in the Discord, you are welcome to join. We are in the YouTube Twitch live stream part if you care to join us. If you are a member or a Patreon, you should already have that link. If you do not, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that taken care of for you. We have... Who's here? Hello. Hi. Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm here. This is Mr. Serious. I'm usually here more often than not anymore. But hello, everybody. I hope this will be an interesting conversation.
Yep, Red's Roderick, the ugliest motherfucker to ever live. Hi.
My name is Stitch.
Got a Stitch. Got a furry over here.
I'm Al, and I would like to participate in this because I think it's an important conversation that should be had every once in a while. And you should always like recheck what you think about things to see whether your, beliefs about it are correct or not.
I think that was Smitty down at the bottom.
Yes, it was. Hi. It's me.
Hi. Hi, Smitty. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're excited for the garbage topic that we have today. Oh, that's why I don't... My chat's hidden. Hold on a second. That's a bit of a problem. There we go. Now we can see chat. Boop. There you go. There's chat. Hey, now chat's in the stream. There we go. Hi, welcome anybody who is new. Congratulations, welcome to the shit show. Where do you guys want to start? I mean, I did a stream about this with, I think Reds, we talked about it. We talked about it over on Steve's channel as well. I talked about it a little bit when it came to Dumbfuck Friday, last Friday, with Science First, trying to, like, gaslight and pretend he didn't support Kyle when he did. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we initially started on just the video itself and why it needed to be shown. If that wasn't made clear, I'll go ahead and just start this off by making that clear. The reason why we showed the video was because the person that was actually abused in that video wanted to show the Kyle supporters who Kyle actually was. But what a lot of people were doing is that primarily the Steve haters, I should say only the Steve haters were doing this, is that they said that by showing the video, we were actually re-victimizing the victim, not knowing at all what the victim actually wanted. So there's that.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know what had gone on, is there is video surveillance, CCTV type camera footage going around of Kyle beating the crap out of his significant other at the time, which was the what ended up coming of the simple assault that he was arrested for. Luckily, somebody had paid his bond, but luckily, due to the non sequitur show stuff and due to the efforts of Steve and Reds in getting in contact with the police, he wasn't just let out, as the victim was in fear of their life at this point. So, luckily, Reds and Steve were on the case, super sleuthin', I guess, managed to get a hold of the police, and so the bond that was paid ended up only paying for the simple assault charge, but did not pay the bond for the non sequitur show stuff going on. And Kyle is still sitting in jail, and I think there's an update coming on Steve's channel for that soon, if people are interested in that.
Yeah. And so before you guys watch that update, I will say that Kyle will be sitting in jail until his court date on October 15th, and then after that, who the fuck knows, probably gonna go back to jail, honestly. But basically, it all all this for this particular issue, it all started with the showing of that video. And when we showed that video, everyone was saying, or by everyone I mean the Steve haters were saying, that we were re-victimizing the victim in this way. So I call bullshit, and anyone who makes that claim is talking out of their ass. And I also wanted to point out that when Kyle initially got arrested,
Oh,
and she's back.
Sorry, my Discord just hiccuped there for a second. Uno momento, por favor.
No problem. Tell us when you're ready.
I don't know why that happened. Audio should still be going through.
Okay, so we're
yeah,
still good?
Yeah, audio's still going through. Yeah, you're good. I got the visual. I'm just adjusting it. That was weird. My whole internet just hiccuped. Oh well.
Neat. But anyway, as I was saying, the way that some of us initially found out about this is because we were all following a Twitter profile that was keeping track of the mugshots in that part of the country. And when Kyle's picture popped up, everyone lost their shit. All of us got phone calls. And that's when we were on the phone with the jail, the judge, the lawyer, the clerk. We were making sure that they knew for a fact that this motherfucker had a warrant. Do not let him out. But that profile is run by a robot. And if you DM the robot a request to take down that mugshot, they will do it. And so the Kyle supporters went absolutely apeshit on this Twitter profile, trying to get that mugshot taken down, because that was their boy, that was their man, that was the person that they were backing this entire time. And even though it said simple assault on there, and after they were successful taking down, we reposted the mugshot. They got pissed off about that, and then when it came out that he actually assaulted his lover at the time, there was no apology for that. There was no now that we know this, Kyle deserves to be in jail. Kyle deserves what's coming to him. What actually ended up happening is that not only was there no apology for that action on their part, but there was no apology from whoever paid that $2,000 fucking bail. Good thing we got our shit in on time. Otherwise, he would have been let go.
Not only that, but there's nothing from whoever paid the bail. Like, whoever paid the bail is absolutely too scared to say, because they know that it was an absolute, horrible thing for them to do. They're absolutely, they know. They know it was absolute garbage to try to get somebody out of jail who did that. It is unconscionable, so they can't admit it.
Well, as far as I know, that bail got paid before anybody on the internet knew what had happened. Like what the simple assault charge was actually for. All anybody actually knew was that it was simple assault.
Yeah, at the time, but it was after it came out. What Kyle actually did, there was no apology whatsoever. There was no, oh shit, my bad, I fucked up. There was none of that. Whoever paid that bail, I hope is feeling shitty about what they did. I hope they feel shitty for what they did, because we have said from the very beginning that this motherfucker is a piece of shit.
Well, that's why you don't jump the gun with stuff like that.
Especially after you heard the stories that Ben was telling everybody. So it's not like this knowledge of Kyle's shittiness was anything new. People have been knowing about this for weeks, if not months, especially since the Ben interview that Cheshire and Steve McRae had.
And there's a lot of bombs dropped in that interview.
Yeah, it just boggles my mind that despite all of that, and you can go look at that piece of shit Uni Rock stream for confirmation of this, it somehow always goes back to, yes, Kyle is a piece of shit, but look at Steb. Look at Steb. Look at Steb. Steve McRae, let's go ahead and put this into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. The worst thing that Steve has ever done to Uni Rock is tell him he mishandled some information. That's the worst thing Steve has ever done to Uni. Uni, in his mind, considers that equivalent to Kyle smacking around the man of his dreams.
Well, that's one of the things, too, though, right, is that KJ's whole thing, like, she had this huge thing, and she's still going off about it as part of her current suit, is that of these screenshots that supposedly Steve put out saying she said something awful about somebody's kid dying. But it wasn't Steve that put them out. Somebody accidentally put them out, and then Uni Rock, that's the information Steve was saying Uni Rock was mishandling, was the information about these screenshots to either confirm or find out that they weren't legitimate. So, like,
he was trying to give him advice.
Yeah, KJ's big shtick against Steve in her thing is something that Uni Rock did, not something that Steve did.
Yep, but keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and just hypothetically say that Uni Rock was right to get upset about being accused of mishandling information. He most definitely did mishandle some information, but let's just say he didn't. That being on Steve doesn't put Steve anywhere near the level of shittiness as Kyle Curtis. Not even fucking close. And for him to speak about both of them as if they are equivalent is a very special case of apologetics, in my opinion. Because you're not just saying that Steve is as bad as Kyle is. You're saying Kyle is as good as Steve is. And to that I say, fuck you? Like, seriously, fuck you. Fuck you indeed.
Well, it's all whataboutism, and I can't have conversations with these people, like on Twitter. Like, it's all whataboutism. Every time. It's like, hey, like, Kyle did this, and as soon as the next thing, well, Steve this, Steve that. Well, you blah blah Steve, or you blah blah Chesh. I'm like, please, can we just have one conversation about something that actually happened that matters, that involves Kyle, for like a second?
That actually reminds me of when I was on Defango's channel, when we did that one at, like, it was like around New Year's or Christmas, and that was right before I wrote my blog on my first ever dumpster fire, and it was when Science First came in, and that dude could not have a conversation with the person who was me that he came in to have the conversation with about rape apologetics, because Steve was in the room. He was throwing such a tantrum that I had to stop, go, hey, Steve, can you do me a favor? I know you're not the one being problematic right now. I know you haven't done anything, but can you do me a favor so that I can have a chance to talk? Although you've done nothing, can you please leave your computer and leave the call for a moment? Like, just walk away. You don't have to leave. Just walk away from your computer for a second. And so that way this person can, like, we can take them out of the baby cage, we can take them out of the playpen, they can stop screaming for 5 seconds, and we'll try to have a conversation. They can't do it. They can't do it. If Steve's there, no.
Oh,
nothing else
He's like
exists.
the red flag. He's like the red flag that, like, sets them off.
Well, Science First is going to flag this now because somebody said something bad about him. Uh-oh.
This video's going down.
Science First,
I actually... Yeah, I guess I haven't explained that. So the last Dump Fact Friday got a defamation strike on it. And Science First admitted that it was him who struck it. So the video of Kyle, by the way, somebody from the UK claimed defamation on that video, and then Science First running around on Twitter saying that was defamation, then false struck my video for defamation, showing how his claim on Twitter that the Kyle abuse one was not defamation because he did in fact support Kyle. He just struck both of them. He's just like, hide any bad thing I've ever done. I can't be confronted with my own words. Oh no. Apologetics.
Yeah, don't hold Science First accountable for the things he's done. He will strike you.
I'm not even holding him accountable. I'm just saying that it happened. Holding accountable would mean like that I'm actually expecting him to do anything. I'm not expecting him to do anything. I'm just saying that, no, this happened. Here's the thing that happened.
So struck. So struck.
Oh.
Sorry, UK. You're not going to be able to watch this later.
Sheena is saying that Uni Rock has also removed a lot of his daily Steve videos. His daily Steve videos, eh? Huh.
How does he have time to remove those thousands of videos? Out of curiosity.
Select all delete.
Right?
I mean, like, if you're gonna say that, that's the thing, right? You can still hate Steve. You can still hate Steve and not try and false flag the evidential video of Kyle beating up his boyfriend.
You don't have to bring up Steve in any of this. Steve has nothing to do with any of this. Literally. Nothing. Like, he wasn't there. He didn't, like, he wasn't the ref. Like, he didn't coach any of this. Like, he had nothing to do with this. We can talk about this and not bring up Steve. It's possible. I promise.
Do you remember when I said that their narrative that they're gonna run with Kyle getting arrested is that, oh, he was arrested for something totally different and had nothing to do with Steve. But if it wasn't for Reds and Steve, he would be out and potentially back to terrorizing well, sorry, not even potentially, would be back to terrorizing that guy, because just the fact that he's out is terrorizing to his victim.
Look, Reds deserves a thank you for everyone as these sons of bitches who wants to pretend like they care about victims, because he went out of his way to protect that guy. If it wasn't for Reds and Steve, that guy would be in danger right now. So anybody who wants to pretend like they care about victims owes Steve and Reds a thank you.
Keep in mind that I didn't know who or why Kyle attacked. I didn't know who Kyle attacked. I didn't know why Kyle attacked this guy. But the one thing I did know, knowing Kyle's history, is that whoever it was didn't fucking deserve it. Kyle was definitely going to be the bad guy on that one.
Well, we also have the testimony of. I have a question for the chat, and I have a question for you guys. If you didn't believe Ben based on his testimony and chose to believe Kyle, despite his history of lying, would you be engaged in apologetics for Kyle's behavior towards Ben? If you just didn't believe Ben by fiat. Because I chose to believe Ben by fiat. But not everybody's going to. So if I chose not to believe Ben by fiat, that it was Kyle who abused him or whatever, would that be apologetics?
You mean believing Kyle by fiat? Would that be apologetics?
Sure. Like if Ben said, hey, Kyle hit me, and Kyle said, no, I didn't, and you chose to believe Kyle, ignoring all the evidence that Kyle's a lying piece of shit, right?
No, you because you would say no, because if you said that no, Kyle hit him, I believe that, but he deserved it, right? That would be apologetics, right? That's apologetics.
So you're saying that belief is not necessarily apologetics? Huh.
No,
Funny thing.
Actually, yes. You know, you can
or
believe
disbelief
that Kyle is innocent, and if you have a genuine belief that Kyle is innocent, then that is not apologetics. If you and again, this would be like ignoring all the fucking red flags, of course, but you have that right to ignore the red flags, and if you do ignore the red flags, and if you have a genuine belief that Kyle was innocent, then that would not be apologetics.
So if I can wrap that up in a nice little bow, Uni Rock interviewing Kyle, despite what Ben had said, not apologetics. Uni Rock believing that Kyle didn't do anything, although he may be stupid for like forgery and stuff. It's not apologetics for that forgery. However, after this video coming out, Uni Rock then saying, well, maybe he wasn't really beaten up enough. That
beat up
would be the apologetics?
That is apologetics. That is apologetics. Basically, what Uni Rock was engaged in at that very moment in time was he was in the process of minimizing the crime to try and make it even remotely comparable to the relatively mundane nonsense that Steve McRae gets himself involved in. Like, oh my god, he disagreed with Aaron Raw on whether or not rocks are atheists. Oh, the fucking humanity.
Most people disagree with Aaron Raw that rocks are atheists.
That definitely puts Steve McRae on the same fucking level as Kyle Curtis, as we saw him in that security footage.
Oh, the security footage that Uni Rock didn't watch?
Yeah, the security footage that Uni Rock didn't watch. I mean, when you literally come up with a scale of beat-upness, you're trivializing this shit.
Beat-uppery.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, it was beat-uppery, actually. It was stupider than beat-upness.
Equally as stupid. Like,
no, I agree with Mr. Serious. I think that's stupid. I think that's more dumb.
Like, seriously, who the fuck comes up with that if not an apologist?
Well, what kind of person decides that they're going to minimize and dismiss an assault without even watching the assault? Because the thing is that I then saw people running around saying, oh my god, Chesh and Steve are saying that everyone should watch this. What a bunch of sickos. And it's like, what? What, people should be informed?
So sorry.
No, go ahead.
This entire concept is just, it's a totally subjective, non-quantifiable entity. It's just beat-upness. Is it a 1? Is it a 3? Where does it become acceptable?
Well, let me be clear. I've said this
Where
to
is it unacceptable? If it was a 7?
Well, I don't know. I think it's subjective, but I've said this to a few of his fans that I've talked to on Twitter. But if anybody out there is watching right now, let me be clear that any Uni fans out there watching, that if any of you are domestically assaulted, your assaulter or your person who assaults you, I will not be for them. I will be against them. But Uni, he's going to have to look at the beat-uppery level. And only if it meets up on the beat-uppery level that he has set, he'll be able to decide whether or not he's for or against that person. But me, I'm going to be against them 100% of the time. Just to let you know where me and Uni stand.
Except that he's not going to listen to you, and he's not going to look at any of the evidence. He's just going to arbitrarily pull a level out of his ass.
That's what I was going to ask. Does he pull it out of his ass, or is there like a manual he has to go to reference? Let's see. Okay, bruise on left thigh. It's about this color. Let's see. Nope, not good enough. Okay, so she also has a broken nose. Where is that? Oh, that's chapter 5.
Does whether they're a woman or not matter in Uni Rock's point of view, considering that would be
tendency?
Chapter 50. Oh, okay. I was gonna say tendency towards his psychological problems with women, he and his misogynistic behavior in general, he might have a problem with that. Min45 says, I interacted with Ben prior to his revelation of Kyle's abuse. I cannot help believing him because of his consistency when Kyle was totally opposite. Funny thing that?
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. And also,
the thing is like, you can't even say, well, I just believe Kyle, or I'm just I'm listening to what Kyle has to say and I believe what he has to say, because we haven't heard Kyle's side yet. We haven't even talked about that because that's not even part of the conversation at the moment.
Well, at this point, I actually don't need to hear Kyle's side because I have a fucking video. And the best part about that video is that the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, that video was at 30 frames per second.
Oof.
24.
You've been corrected.
So yeah.
I like how specific.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know. What do you guys think? Because we're mostly here. We're taught. Me and Reds have already had our say. What do you guys think?
Well, if I say something like, I just think Uni is too stupid to understand these concepts, is that me engaging in apologetics for his apologetics for domestic abuse?
No, it might be a rationalization, though, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think that Uni built a beat-up-read scale as a way to try to somehow find a way, because he doesn't know how beat-up-read Kyle's victim is, so he wants to be able to skate on some line that he'll be able to move up and down as he sees fit to try to say, okay, now, yeah, that's the line. Nothing above that will I put up with, just so he can still say, oh yeah, well, Warren's still worse, and screw Steve.
Well, it's a little messed up because when you have evidence such as this, where it's like very clear cut and non-ambiguous, as opposed to like, there's audio of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's, altercations and stuff like that, and that's a lot more subjective, and you have to kind of like base it on, the testimony that is given. Because there's no evidence of the actual, if there was like video evidence of Amber Heard punching Johnny Depp in the face and slapping him with water and stuff over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you?
There's like a little bit of that in some of those videos. There's also the Amber Heard admitting she did it. She admitted to hitting him.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is Kyle? God damn it! What is with Discord right now?
In Kyle's case.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Just disappeared. Oh, nope, she's back.
I don't know it's getting little mini hiccups for some reason. I don't know why, but that's okay.
I mean, there's also the pattern of behavior that's been established with Amber Heard because of all her exes came out and dobbed her in, essentially.
There's not Kyle. A pattern of behavior with Kyle.
Yeah, that's the sad part. We do have a pattern of behavior with Kyle, and that's the worst part. Is because how can you deny this crap anymore? Like, how can you deny Ben anymore?
Well, they went after Ben without ever hearing him out, right? They just went after him.
Absolutely.
And
this is the thing I wanted to say, from this group that constantly says over and over and over again, believe the victim. They sure as shit weren't doing that with Ben.
How do you deny Ben now? Where are they?
Oh, he went this time.
What
Musical
is happening?
Discord.
I don't know. Discord's having hiccups tonight.
It's because Reds is here and he hates it so much. It's like pulling the servers into the darkness or something.
It's just like, listen, I know you hate me, and I'm gonna make sure you do.
What Discord is doing is it's actually validating my reasons for hating this fucking piece of shit platform. But anyway, please continue, Mr. Serious.
I don't understand how they can't go back now and be like, I'm sorry, and well, I know why. It's because they can't ever admit that they're wrong. They have to double and triple down on everything. So they have to just keep shitting on Ben as a victim and then go, oh yeah, we're so totally for the victims, and nobody else is, even though we've been sticking with the real victim, Ben, since the beginning, and he's still the victim, and now it's proven that he's the victim, and they will never stand by Ben.
You know what it
ever.
kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of presuppositional apologetics.
It is. You're presupposing Steve is the bad guy.
Presuppositional assault apologetics. No matter what Kyle does.
There is confirmation bias.
That too.
That is the one consistent trait these fuckers have had from day one.
There's like another thing too, right? Because not only did they harass Ben, not only did they attack Ben, not only did they not believe the victim when it came to Ben, they also ignored him and pretended what he said didn't exist or didn't even matter, which in my opinion is just as bad.
And then they go and they pull the same crap here again, even though it's on camera.
That footage was important to show. It essentially left no room for doubt at all. And
It was also approved by the victim. Can we just put that out there? I know we've said that a number of times, but say it again anyway.
Yeah,
and there would be
you know,
a little bit of something to say if that consent to release that hadn't been said, and if Steve hadn't put a warning, but he literally did all of the things that you're supposed to do when you have sensitive material that's coming out, and there could be concerns that the person that's depicted in it doesn't want to see that. They know where it is, and they know to avoid it because there's a warning.
I can assure you that footage was not posted until after we got consent from the victim. And you're absolutely right when it comes to the trigger warning. That is exactly why we put it there.
And that now Uni is trying to use the victim to weaponize him against us by trying to say that, oh, they never got like we're victimizing him by releasing video that he wanted.
Well, this is like
making money off of
right?
a revenge fantasy.
This is this is like a twofold issue too, right? You've got Uni trying to claim that Steve is monetizing it when it's a non-monetized. The video's not monetized. There were no super chats there. It was completely non-monetized. There's no ads or anything. There's no monetization on that video. And then he's using that to fuel his content and his base to make money. He's actually doing the thing he's saying. Min makes a really good point and says even KJ tried to take advantage of Ben and took advantage of Ben when he confided to her about Kyle.
Well, on top of that, Uni's lying about this new victim, about how saying that we didn't have, or Steve didn't have any consent, like releasing video without his consent, going against his right of privacy. Releasing the video against the law and stuff like that.
Like, do you think that Uni Rock realizes that that him behaving the way he's behaving and doing what he's doing for as long as he's been doing it has only made Steve's point and his initial criticism, like his light criticism of Uni that he's so mad about, completely valid?
Yeah.
That is the original reason why Steve first criticized Uni. It was for that type of shit.
His lack of rigor and willingness just to jump into something like a rumor mill.
Like Uni literally pulled that assertion out of his ass. Oh, Steve didn't get consent. Steve is doing this against the victim's wishes.
Because he's talking to the fucking victim, he knows.
Yeah, because he also spoke to the fucking judge. Remember that? He spoke to the judge. He spoke to lawyers. Oh, people are giving him all these juicy details. No, he doesn't know shit, and he never will know shit. And for him to say that, hey, they're doing this against the wishes of the victim, it would imply that he was actually in contact with the victim, which he fucking wasn't. We were, so we know for a fact that's complete horseshit.
Well, he also is like, that's undermining the victim in this case. This is supporting Kyle to the detriment of a victim.
Yeah, let's make this perfectly clear. Uni is using the victim to make money. Uni is using the victim against the victim's wishes. We are in contact with the victim. We have done things to protect the victim. We are the only ones between us and Uni. We are the only ones working in the victim's best interest here.
And the funny thing is that if you fall for people who fall for what Uni Rock does, really what it is a very low form of just emotional rhetoric and fallacious reasoning. And
yeah.
I mean, the first thing that popped up in that video that you watched, like, what, 10 minutes of, just because it was too painful.
Oh, yeah.
Or it was like 30 minutes. But he immediately said that, oh, Steve's making money off the victim. Oh, by the way, my phone's getting really old, you guys. I need a new phone. I need a new laptop to stream outside. What is that? What is that? What is it?
Hey, Nikki. I see you popping in here. How's it going?
Could be a lot better, but
As
I
you.
need to make money off Steve making money. Off
Even though Steve
that's his
isn't making
position.
money, except Steve
I
isn't
know,
making
it's
money.
so dumb. It's extremely dumb.
I mean, there's a level of, like, how do you even fall for this kind of rhetoric? How do you even...
That's what I was saying. It's like the lowest level of rhetoric, and if you fall for it, you're literally not paying attention to his words.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
I mean, there's something to be said for people who can say things, slightly enthusiastically, and people are just like, yep, nod my head, yep.
Uni doesn't have that level of charisma, though. Like, he doesn't.
It's like, it's extremely low. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, he's really not good at what he does. He is like D level at best.
And there's also a little bit of what's it called? It's like concern trolling. It's where you like get real low and you whisper like, "Oh man, this is happening. We have to stop it." Blah blah blah. It's like fear mongering in a way.
Yeah, it's incredibly manipulative. It's like if you're gonna be like, oh my god, guys, Steve did this thing and it's so horrible, and like, what? We're the only ones standing between him and hi.
Is Uni Rock like one step away from becoming Jim Baker if he just starts selling those weird buckets of food or whatever?
Oh no, he would too.
Bad things are happening, you guys. The stab is causing all the typhoons. So that's basically what it's.
Does my reference photo look like 8 tentacles to you, Feline? Does that look like 8 tentacles to you? That is far more than 8.
Just like Jim Baker, you just gotta hate the right people.
I mean, yeah, there is an analogy to be said for that.
Well, and then there's people that are like, oh, it's a cult. Like, oh my god, Steb's cult is pushing this new narrative bullshit that has to do with... What even is it anymore? I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing. I've gotten so lost in, like, what we're supposed to be doing. I don't even know what it is anymore.
Yeah, what's the lore?
I don't know.
What are you drawing with tentacles? The actual form of, like, Reds or Steve or what?
I don't know. Oh, 8-0. Okay, yeah. Listen, I'm doing my best, Feline. And no, I can't read, apparently. I don't know what the lore is anymore.
It's everything and nothing. It's anything good and anything bad. Any extreme. It's there's a word for it. There's hyperbole, and then there's another form of hyperbole beyond hyperbole. It's impossible hyperbole. I don't think
hyperbole?
it's not hyperbaton. What's it called? I'll look it up real quick.
Hyperbaton sounds like a Pokemon name.
It definitely does.
It's literally a hype man.
Another one.
I got called Wheels by another person today, so that lore is spreading around.
Oh my god.
So, Mr. Serious, does that mean we're going to eventually have to get you an electric wheelchair?
I guess.
Fund Mr.
I mean, I don't
Serious
need
an
one.
electric wheelchair that he doesn't need.
Hyperbaton is Yoda speak. It's an inversion of words from their normal usage. So, usage of normal words, normal word usage.
I mean,
I'm still trying to find that one term.
You could make it your own, Serious, and start calling yourself Hot Wheels.
There you
Oh
go.
my god.
Then everybody would have to call me hot. Haha. Checkmate.
Exactly.
And everybody would have to like you, because if they don't like you, then it's ableism.
Catch 22, because if they continue to say Wheels, we'll continue to say Hot Wheels.
Yep. Oh my god. I don't know. So there was a lot of people that had quite a bit to say about the Misha Griffith tweet from Dumbfeck Friday. Do you guys have any thoughts about that? Because that was after everybody found out what was going on with Kyle, wasn't it?
I think she stated somewhere that that was her opinion. I haven't checked the dates of this, but she said it was her opinion before they knew how serious it was, but that doesn't matter, and it does not apply because of how broad the language was and how it didn't exclude the stuff that Kyle has already been in trouble for. None of that is a revenge fantasy. It is all about justice. It's about the culmination of justice occurring, and even people calling in, the people that called in, whoever they were, that was to seek justice. How is it a revenge fantasy if the law goes after Kyle? Just because people pointed out it's a revenge fantasy. Oh, look, there's a guy committing a crime or that has committed a crime. That's a fantasy? That the law takes him into custody?
So she didn't believe Ben at all?
Guess not.
I don't even know that she knows who Ben is.
She watches too much
That's
Uni
valid.
Rock. She watches too much Uni Rock to have that as an excuse.
Yeah, you're right. That is a true statement.
I mean, she, like, even if she doesn't know, like, she's heard his name, so if she's not doing her due diligence.
Does Misha fall asleep to Uni Rock streams like Kyle falls asleep?
Oh my god, it's like, listen, I fall asleep to people sucking my own dick. It's another level to be like, I fall asleep to somebody sucking somebody else's dick that I like.
I fall asleep
Oh,
to
no.
delusional rambling. I fall asleep to delusional rambling and some guy saying his phone's not good enough. Please give me money.
Oh no. Is
Just,
that
yeah, I'm just saying, when I first heard that, now again, we have to be clear here, because otherwise people are going to lose their fucking shit. That part is alleged. Allegedly, this is what Kyle did every night before he went to bed. But I believe it. And
Oh, yeah.
if true, holy fuck, these are the guys that stroked his cock enough to make him believe that he was untouchable.
I don't think I can disbelieve that it if somebody said it happened at least once, I'd say yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, I have to watch or something. I have to have background noise going on, but I mean, Kyle is an absolute narcissist, and
Yeah.
I
have
It's a
some
lot different
taste?
than people talking about you and trying to affirm, give you positive affirmations as opposed to listening to other people's conversation and trying to form thoughts about it.
I mean, if
Kyle took it to a whole different level with what he was listening to. But I just had to pop in before I call it a night. You
Hey.
all missed something with the whole Misha Griffin tweet.
Oh, go for it.
There is outright
Griffin?
evidence. There is undeniable evidence right there in that tweet alone that just because you have a PhD doesn't mean you're really that intelligent in all subjects.
Or informed.
Informed is a big one, yeah. Because that happened.
He is at best extremely uninformed and doesn't care.
Let me
Yeah.
let me introduce you to Dr. Claudia Albers, PhD, that apparently doesn't know what a fucking prototype is. What that
PhD
word
Tony.
even means.
Oh yeah, that's both of those. Yes, those are both certainly things.
This PhD believes in Nibiru, so there you go. Just because you have a PhD at the end of your name doesn't mean you know shit.
and at the very least, if you want to go through all the trouble of putting PhD in your name, that's all well and good, but then try also to do your best not to make people with PhD in their name look bad.
Are you suggesting that maybe it's a good idea that if you're going to run around and tout like you have some kind of authority on a subject, you should research it and present it appropriately rather than just making shit up because you hate STEB?
Or recognizing that a statement should end with, well, I don't have evidence to support this.
Or hey, what about the great projectionist that we covered several months ago?
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your fucking lane. It's just, I don't know what happens. I don't really understand what happens when it's Steve though. It's Steve though, guys, and it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. And these people throw They follow Steve so hard and so much and so closely and stalk him around the internet, and they're so good at it that they've seen videos they're at Steve's heels at a live stream before even I know he's there. And he usually tells me where he's going.
There's one word to describe that.
Obsessive?
Psychotic.
Yeah.
I was going to say cultish.
I think all those apply, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have something wrong with them. I think it's a hate-filled dopamine hits, Like they really I think they get off on it. Like Kyle was, allegedly, and I don't think he was
I
alone.
was falling asleep to the shit.
Well, okay, so here will be my final thought for everyone to ponder. How pathetic does your life have to be that your biggest dopamine hit comes from you projecting all of your hate and loathing on one person who, quite frankly, doesn't give a fuck about you?
Well, and it's like this random 50-plus-year-old man who talks about atheism and agnosticism philosophy on Twitter.
I think about it. How empty and meaningless does your life have to be that your grandest thing, the thing that gives you the most joy of some actual quantifiable level, is hatred of another person who doesn't care about you?
Hey, Uni, do you got enough time to, stop stroking your micro penis to answer that question?
Nah, he's too busy shitting on
I
people who are
found,
smarter than he is.
I found that context.
Go for it.
Oh, and that word for hyperbole that's beyond hyperbole, like it's impossible, is called a dynaton. It's a weird word. It
That still sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah, no, it really does.
No, I still say we need to call it a uniism. But anyways, I'll catch y'all later.
Have a good night.
See ya, I hope you have a good night or good day or whatever it is.
I don't know. There's like because it's like apologetics upon apologetics, right? So it's like Uni Rock is engaging in apologetics for Steve or for Kyle, who is then getting apologetics done for him by Menace. All while Menace is trying to spin it around as if anybody gives a shit about what Menace has to say. I kind of feel bad for him, to be honest.
Now there's two people.
As bad as I can feel for him when he's, trying to say he knows where I live and can come and find me if he wanted to in a threatening manner, but, I only have so much sympathy.
Misha said that all she meant by the revenge fantasy thing was that Steve said he wanted, quote, blood from Kyle. And it's like, are you a person that doesn't understand poetic language?
Didn't she study history? Don't you have to study literature at some point to what?
Yeah, she has a PhD. You're expecting far too much from her.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about Fiona.
But yeah, when it comes to Menace, now there are two. Me and Egghead are going to communicate with him.
Listen, I want to hope for you as much as I can. I bless your hearts for trying to communicate with whatever language that dude is speaking, because I don't know.
There's really so much wrong with this. It comes down to a fundamental inability to communicate. Because even if it wasn't a domestic abuse, because it hasn't been changed yet, has it? The crime that Kyle was pulled in for hasn't been changed?
Not that I know of.
I believe.
Yeah, it hasn't. So she was calling a simple assault a revenge fantasy. And there's no place in her tweet where she specified that she was talking about a previous tweet by Steve at all.
But what does that have to? How is that a revenge fantasy at all?
That is an excuse. She's trying to make an excuse.
Right, and that's the difference between an excuse and apologetics.
Rather than an apology, I'm sorry that I didn't know it was this severe.
Yeah.
That's what an honest person does, is they make a mistake, they say how they were wrong, they apologize, and they go away.
The go away part, the follow through, that's what, I would accept, no apology from any of these shitheads. I'm not interested, they're not at that level of being even capable. So
they don't actually care.
Right. So they don't care about victims. They don't actually give a shit about these situations. They just care can I use this to shit on Steve? And it's that's why it's
Can Deb be attacked? Can this be made into cannon fodder?
Right. How do we attack? And it's just this obsession, and it's insane. But you get to this degree where it's listen, Steve doesn't care about an apology for these people. I don't give a shit about an apology for these people. But if they fucked off forever, that'd be great.
Is
if they
this thing that just came out, is this nourishment to cancel out my debuff so that I can use my ability to attack stab again?
Oh God.
And if they don't want to stop, then that's fine too. This will all be very interesting for somebody to study in the future, like to write a thesis about, because this is all very insane. Like, this is absolutely bonkers insane. So
That's one of the things, is like, you get any person who's like not really involved in the internet, or somebody who's not really following any of this shit, like, we're all desensitized to it. So we're just like, yeah, whatever, normal day. But like, this is what I said like a year and a half ago. I was like, you've done a disservice to victims when you cry rape apologist and everybody goes, oh yeah, okay, whatever. You've ruined it for everybody.
I'm not gonna let anybody use victims to the effect that I'm not even gonna let a victim talk for themselves.
Right.
Oh, I know. No shit.
That was by far
Science First.
That was when Science First lost the debate, because he made one hell of a claim. Think of the victims. What do you think victims would think if they saw this? I go, oh, you want to ask them? I have one on speed dial right now. And then what did that dude do? He cowered like a bitch.
We really need to find that recording of Defango with all of you in Chesh, because I remember Boole saying something directly to him and it shut him up like for 10 seconds, because Boole was like, he's like, if you don't understand this, I don't think anyone can help you.
See, his biggest mistake was speaking for the victim. And that's what Uni's mistake was. Speaking for the victim.
Yeah, none of them had talked to her.
Against the wishes of the victim. They showed this video against the wishes of the victim. They have a very bad habit of doing this. And so, to that front, I say, Uni, if we are friends, listen to your best friend here. I'm about to give you a tip from the top. Shut the fuck up. You don't speak for them. Period. Thank you.
It's worse than that too, because it's not like they just speak for victims. They speak for victims, and then if the victim doesn't, because they assume the victim's going to agree with them, and if the victim doesn't agree with them, they try to invalidate them, which is why when I did have that conversation with Science First over on Defango's channel, I was like, not only are you a rape apologist by your garbage definition, which you have managed to demonstrate as garbage over on Modern Day Debates when you debated Reds, but also
didn't understand how he fit his own definition.
Your friends in the live chat right now, and all the people who have been supporting you about this, are apologists by the average person's, the normative definition, because you are trying to silence victims, and you don't give a shit. You don't care. They never cared. They don't give a shit.
They just want that righteous indignation. They just want to be able to fight, and they just want to be able to stab somebody for like some kind of righteous reason, and they don't give a crap if it's going too far or whatever. Like in my case, I've already said that. I mean, they get, I think, the death penalty. I'm pretty sure the death penalty still exists in Kentucky, but I've already said if somebody kills me, I absolutely do not want them to get the death penalty. I want people to fight tooth and nail to make sure they don't. I don't care like what they've done otherwise. Like, please fight for them to live.
There's a whole other thing too when it comes to like that they like to forget and ignore. Steve's a victim in this case. Steve's a victim of Kyle, right? And now you can not like Steve, and you can be like, hey, you know what? I thought Non Sequitur Show was shit, and I think Steve was a problem on that channel, and I think the channel would have been better without him. Okay. You can have that opinion, but don't fucking make shit up about him. If he's so bad, you don't need to. But he's not, because you're full of shit. I saw that going around today. I saw Egghead had screenshotted and tweeted about Menace saying, oh, proof that Steve committed medical fraud. Yeah, they're back to the medical fraud. Uh-huh.
Egghead, that's not Egghead, that's Steve. That's Steve's stock account.
Oh, right, yeah, Egghead's not a real person, it's Steve.
Yeah, Steve takes Polyjuice Potion, he transforms into someone else.
And he's been doing it for years.
Yes, he is all of us.
Oh, and the things that Rattle-chan has been saying about me and Steve today have been very exciting. I'm not sure if I can say them on stream.
Exciting what?
I'm not sure if I don't know. Hey Chesh, if I can say them on stream,
I don't think
stay away
anything
from the computer.
I don't think anything that guy says can be said anywhere.
Yeah. Let's just say it has something to do with children and dogs. But it was very colorful. And I wouldn't say it to anyone. But yeah. Apparently me and Steve are involved in these things. And thanks, Rattle-chan.
Well,
It
it's
seems like a
quiet.
great person that they invited into their fold.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know why it's so difficult to be like, oh, I disagreed with Steve, and he said this about me. I think he's wrong. Here's why I think he's wrong. End of conversation. Like, so much of this has been just turned into... I've been watching Twitter the past couple of days, and so much of it is just turned into shit-flinging. Like, it's not even like there's no argument being made anymore. It's just like, oh, but this, oh, but this, oh, but this, oh, but this. And it's like, you're supporting somebody who beat the shit out of their boyfriend. Oh, but this, oh, but this, oh, but this, oh, but this. You're supporting someone who beat the shit out of their boyfriend, though. Maybe
And
don't.
That's just the ending of a litany of things that they've done. Like, that's just that's not even it. Like, they've done so many things, and
Well, that's
then
just the
they-
latest.
right. So it's like we could write you a paper of all the things they've done, but this is the thing that's the latest thing, and we have it on film. So it's not like you can even refute this, but it leads tons of credence to a lot of the other things. And it's like, what do you say? And it's the things that they've said have not been very promising, I've got to say. Like, at the very least, I was hoping that I could hear, like, I was just hoping for a little bit of humanity. But I mean, I didn't think that was too much to expect. Even
It's
from
one
Uni,
of those.
okay?
It's one of those. This is one of those situations and one of those times where you're like, the least that people ought to be able to agree on. You ought to be able to put aside whatever petty dispute is going on, and be like, okay, but Kyle abused his boyfriend, and that's not acceptable. And they can't do that. They can't.
I did not think we were going to get a beat up re-level. I didn't see that coming.
You're fair. I at least want a chart. I want
What
like
was
a
what was
scale.
Rihanna's beat up re-level? Is Rihanna
Yeah.
like a 10?
Yeah,
10
that's
out
what
of
I
10?
want to know.
I have got to get the manual to this scale, like how to apply it, how to use it, how many chapters is there.
It would be really useful in court.
Your
It's
Honor,
from
you can't put me in jail for this amount of time. It says here in the Uni book of beat uppery on chapter 13 verses 6 through 8, it says you cannot sentence me to X, Y, and Z because this person only had this injury. Fuck off, Uni.
A 0 is like a child that has not, been attacked or hurt or anything in perfect condition, or a person in general in perfect condition. A 5 is like the how can she slap guy.
And it could be weird. There might be a chapter in there that says that if a person is subjected to the metric system, that could be a certain level of beat uppery. He might have a point with that one, but
What level of beat uppery is JM Truth after what negative exponents did to him?
Well, apparently not that much, considering they're dating right now.
Hey, listen, there is something to be said about abusive relationships and Stockholm Syndrome and stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, is Uni, like, is he seeing somebody right now? I mean, what level of beat uppery is his significant other currently experiencing?
What beat uppery level was Kyle's dick at when he was fapping to all you assholes?
I mean, if there's an acceptable level of beat uppery, then that means that he considers a certain amount of beat uppery acceptable
Right.
in his own life. which
Right.
means that like if he ever has a fan meetup, you better watch out because a certain amount of beat upery is acceptable.
Well, does he need to look out, or do the other people need to look out? Because I mean, what if
I
people
guess both.
apply his own scale
Both?
to?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. I certainly
Sounds
don't
like
want to.
anarchy to me.
I certainly don't want to meet up with Uni Rock. I don't know who would, but
Menace?
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he said it. He has an acceptable amount of beat upery, apparently.
Athens
So-
makes a good point and brought up that no one here is talking about Uni's domestic violence with his ex. There's a court record, public court record that has Uni Rock on with a charge of domestic violence against a significant other. So, are we, and keeping in mind that Menace to Sobriety also said on Twitter that he had a charge of domestic violence as well. So we've got two people that have charges of domestic violence on their records defending somebody with now a domestic violence charge on their record. Call me surprised. Guess they didn't learn anything.
Wait, Chesh.
Hmm.
Are you surprised?
I'm so surprised. Look at my surprised face.
I mean, that is your surprised face.
I'm so surprised.
Can we ask Puck if he's surprised?
Hey, Puck. Are you surprised? Is that a no?
He's like,
Yes.
nah, bitch.
Thanks,
Well,
buddy.
yeah,
You go back to
I
sleep.
guess that's no. Like, why are you even asking me this?
Is my life a joke to you?
I mean, it makes more sense that Uni would back Kyle in that case because, like, I'm sure he has been through trial for domestic violence, and he knows what Kyle's going through. And I'm certain that he would want a slap on the wrist and to be bailed out.
Well, remember, Kyle, he doesn't think Kyle did anything wrong, and Steve doesn't deserve anything, and Kyle doesn't even owe an apology, and he was right to do what he did when it came to Stephen Boole.
I guess these domestic abusers stick together, like birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather, exactly, yeah.
Yep. Know that saying.
Well, it's not even
Saying that
like...
to them all this fucking time.
It's not even just that either, right? It's just a matter of, like, the projection that goes on, right?
Oh, that's the other consistent trait. Confirmation bias and projection.
I've got one thing to add to this.
Yeah, go for it.
I've posted it on Twitter. I've posted it in Discord. If by some chance that technically this would be a cult, they're a shitty cult because I've joined another supposed cult on my game, and I had a background check on that one.
Oh, damn.
So this is a shitty cult because I didn't even get a background check to get into it.
Wait, Nikki, you didn't get the packet?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you didn't do the blood sacrifice. That was supposed to be done with a goat. You didn't do that part because that's part of the initiation process.
No, I never got it.
And you didn't go to the magical land of Detroit to get the magical elixir?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't.
It's pronounced Detroit.
Hang on. This is important. Nikki, after this this little stream, can I talk to you for a bit?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
magical elixir gave me rheumatoid arthritis.
You shut your whore mouth.
No.
I can't wait to hear Uni talking about how we admitted to blood sacrifices and shit. Oh my god.
Who are you kidding? You're not gonna watch a Uni stream.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna have to listen to you assholes talk about it though.
Oh, we're all gonna laugh about it, that's for sure. Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh god.
We like laughing at him try. Because his
Um,
pathetic attempts are hilarious.
Todd Fuller asked, do you think Uni Rock paid the money to get Kyle out? No, I don't, personally. I don't think, A, he's got the coinage for that, or B, gives a fuck enough. He only wants to make money off of Kyle. He doesn't want to actually do anything for him.
I have some suspicions.
I mean,
I do too.
if you want to speculate... As
Well,
long
By the
as
way,
you
hello
tell-
everyone.
Hi, Ilios. If you're gonna speculate, just be sure to specify that you are in fact speculating.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
my speculations involve he was released or he was bailed out, and who tweeted really fast and knew that he got bailed out. That's I'm thinking that's where his first phone call went, and that's where the money came from.
I would laugh my
You look at-
ass off if Kyle's first, like, his one phone call that he got, he called fucking Uni Rock. That would kill. I would die. I would die to find that out. That'd be like, somebody told me that, I'd just be like, I'm dead. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done with the internet.
Also, I did want to say, good conversation, people. I'm going to head out, so have a good rest of your night. And
Have a good
before
night.
I go, Nikki, you're still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, when this is done, can you call me for a bit? You and I can talk?
Are you going to be on Steve's stream later with his updates?
I will try. I will try to join. No promises, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
No, I do have one question from something that I heard during the stream.
Yeah.
Do we actually have any like confirmation of like Uni Rock being charged with domestic violence? Because I was not able to verify that source at all.
So the source on that was from my understanding, was a charge that was on his record that was traced back through a Facebook connection. I can't show it right now. I've got too much shit going on right now. I can't, but I can certainly get it sent to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because that's a strong enough like thing where I'm like, I don't even want us to claim Uni Rocked it if it's not true.
Well, yeah, no, none of us would want to make those sorts of accusations without having been, like, this was independently verified, so I can make sure that gets to you. It's all public information anyway, but I have a limit on the number of court cases I'm willing to talk about on my channel. I'm maxed out, man.
I mean, especially if it was like an ex parte type.
I don't think you can get an ex parte domestic violence charge.
Can't you? Does Feline know?
I don't think that's a thing you can get. I mean, yeah, I guess you can get charged and then
It
not
would just be
proven
like one
guilty.
one.
It's just a charge, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. So you could have that like charge on your record of domestic violence.
People think that are suggesting that it was Kyle's mom that bailed him out. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe Kyle like put some of the money at his mom's house and was like, "Mom, go under my childhood pillow and grab the money."
Well, how much money did Uni Rock fundraise for Kyle? Was it anywhere near the bail amount?
5,000 plus 1,000.
He only had to get $200 to a bondsman.
Well, maybe it was that. I don't know. I'm speculating. I don't know.
Maybe they all
I have
put
some
like
guesses.
maybe like
Be right back, guys.
all of them put
Yeah.
some money together and like made a Captain Planet type thing.
Oh god. Together we've got $200.
Together we can do something evil.
Huzzah! Together we can
With our powers combined.
fuck Steve.
They
With
put
our
their
powers
hands together
combined,
and
we
it
can
forms
be
like
people.
a stab with like a line crossed through it or something. I don't know.
But now hurting Steve also hurts a victim. So, I mean, it blatantly hurts a victim. So now it's a real
Captain
conundrum
Anti-Stab.
for them. Because they already tried to hurt the victim as hard as they could. But now, will they do it again? Will they attempt again? Because now it's going to cost $1,000. Is it worth throwing
please.
$1,000 at it?
Of course they will.
You think?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah. Of course.
You think they'll get the opportunity?
Yeah, probably.
No,
Mm.
why wouldn't they?
Hi, mocking media.
Well, more charges could come out. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, well, that's what happened, right? They thought they were going to get him out on this charge, which, was horrible because, of course, they jumped the gun, didn't wait to see what was happening, and just assumed and then got an abuser out, right? Putting the victim in a very bad spot. And they didn't give a shit. And they haven't gone out of their way to make any corrections or say anything, or not that they necessarily owe any of us an apology, but rough.
I mean, they certainly knew that it was happening. So I don't think that, to be perfectly honest, I think that if his mother knew that, if his mother bailed him out, I don't think they would have known. I think they knew because they were a part of it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair inference.
Yup. I think if he would have called his mother, it would have been under the umbrella that maybe he was going to try to keep it private, maybe try to keep it off the internet. Like, that would have been one of the benefits for calling his mother. Yeah, one of the drawbacks of calling people online is that they're going to blab about it.
Well, that depends on the people. With these people, absolutely.
Right, and that's what happened. So he called people on the internet, they blabbed about it. So I'm guessing that's where the money had to have come from.
Somebody on the internet? That's probably fair.
Yeah.
Uni Rock thinks Kyle being in jail equals no money. Uni Rock's a fucking idiot. I don't know what else to tell you.
Phelan just said that, someone could have an ex parte like that, and if it's, not dismissed, it could still be on their record, so it would look like they had, a charge of domestic violence or whatever.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, more than happy to get a correction on that, but from what I've seen, there is a charge.
Someone might just not want to, someone might be unable or not willing or feels guilty or whatever it is, and they don't want to contest it, and they just, let it stay.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. If Uni Rock wants to go ahead and address it, he's more than welcome on his channel. He can talk about that if he wants, if there's some kind of reasoning that anybody looking at the public record would be unaware of.
Yeah, the only people that are addressing it is us. So maybe he can address it and, maybe actually have a little bit of honesty on his channel. But, I mean, come on, it's the Uni Rock channel. When is there going to be honesty there? Shit.
I mean, he might do better if he goes back to talking about how the 9/11 was predicted by Back to the Future.
Oh my god.
That's not a thing, really.
Yes.
Time machines were also predicted.
Oh my god.
We're just in a different timeline. It's the Mandela effect. He was right, but we got Mandela'd.
Oh
it's
no.
almost the anniversary.
2015, we were already supposed to have flying cars. Dang it, Steve.
It's the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, so it'd be perfect timing to talk about stupid conspiracies involving 9/11.
Oh, great.
There's a universe where Steve never made a YouTube channel, therefore science progressed exponentially.
What do you mean? I thought it was Kyle who made the YouTube channel.
Oh my god, I listened to that audio again the other day. What was it? Because I came across that little part of, what was it? I was looking through some old stuff and I saw Nick's, little thing on In Time where they did that, and it's just what even happened? He literally, stopped caring about what was true. When they covered that, a while ago?
Yeah. That was time ago.
What? Yeah, that was, a year and a half ago.
That was when Arnsgar was still on that channel, too.
Yeah, yep. Maybe that's why I looked at it, because I was like, there's someone here who's, still good.
There's somebody here who's worthwhile listening to. Well, shit. I don't know, man.
What happened?
To who?
You can bet I watched down 3 times speed, though.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. Do you mean, what happened to In Time?
What happened to the world?
Oh, I don't know. We rolled low on 2020 and 2021.
Our luck was
Oh,
like
yeah.
0. We got Kofi feed.
Got Kofi
Yeah.
feed. Rough.
Do not
no.
pass go. Do not protect yourself against a pathogen.
Oh no!
Go to quarantine. I don't know. Think of like biological monopoly. That would be really cool. I bet there's somebody already made that. Come on.
Ash Scott makes a good point. Uni Rock failed at a conspiracy channel. He failed at a skeptic channel. Now or a debunk channel, skeptic channel, and now he's failing at a drama channel. There's a theme here. Ugh, savage. Oh yeah, and a gameplay channel. That's right. And Hawkskull says that Triggerlypuff did address the domestic violence stuff very carefully with very carefully chosen words about not being convicted, not found guilty of domestic violence. Roadhog played it in the middle of something else. So
Curious. That's exactly what Brett Keane said about his charge.
Huh. Weird. I wonder if maybe it would be better to address something directly and appropriately, not buried in 8, 10, 12, 14 hours of content. Big thing.
It just seems like
It's funny how like everybody is like you can take like a halo of different behaviors of Brett Keane, and like people who do bad things just like orbit around it.
Oh no, so you make like a Venn diagram and in the center
Yes.
is Brett Keane, but all of these things everything leads to Brett Keane. Sorry,
Yes.
Helios, what were you
That
saying?
makes sense to me.
You know what? After that, I forgot.
That's probably
Al,
the
how's that affect on
appropriate
people?
response. So if anybody's curious about what I'm drawing Pokemon fusions that are related to our Dungeons and Dragons game, Guns, Magic, and Steel, that we do every
my
other
God.
Monday. We were attacked by shambling mounds, kind of, but they were like undead weird shambling mounds, and our DM described it as a Tentacruel mixed with a Tangela, and these are the two versions of Tangela and Tentacruel mixed together. I am going to color shift them and make them green instead so they look more like shambling mounds, but I want to do their original colors first. So if anybody cares, that's what this is. I think they're kind of
Wonderful.
cute. I think they're kind of cute. They're right.
I don't know. We can't see him.
I like them.
You gotta look on the outside. Hey, Smitty.
Hey.
Oh,
I like how one of them just looks grumpy and the other one looks like it just got done doing speed and saw a ghost.
Yeah. Bleh. This one's just spooked. I don't
Remember
know.
when Brett Keane came around for like a few days and then disappeared forever?
Yeah,
yeah.
that was weird. And then
And
I
Red's
got
like, no.
Oh my god. Okay, so Steve was like, "Oh, you should go talk to Chesh," and I'm like, "What? Who? Why? What's okay?" And then I got a phone call from Reds, and Reds is like, "Don't do it," and I'm like,
That
"What
was
the
like-
fuck?"
It's because it happened to converge literally like one day before your monetization or something like that.
Oh,
it's just
did
like,
it?
F that.
Oh.
Don't even risk that.
God.
At least that's what I remember.
That's who Uni Rock should have on. Brett Keane.
Oh my
that
God.
would be like
Oh
a
my
singularity of like, what the fuck?
No.
I don't remember who Brett Keane is.
I kind of like the idea of him asking Uni Rock like theological questions.
Do you remember when he tried to do, both
Yes.
Uni Rock and I think Sinister Porpoise tried to do like philosophy streams?
No.
Yeah. Brett
That was
Keane-
over real quick, wasn't it?
Wow.
It didn't last, yeah.
I can't imagine either of them being able to do like any philosophy, like even the beginning stuff.
No. I mean, you can go watch. You don't have to imagine. You can go see. Sheena says, 4 years ago, Uni Rock used to do mysteries. I thought he did such a great job. Then I discovered he was taking stories off of WordPress and Reddit blogs and passing them off as his own research.
Oh my god. Literally something Brett Keane did, basically.
Oh my god, is Uni Rock just Brett Keane discount?
Brett Keane Light.
It's his son.
That's to not even be full of Brett Keane
Oh, wait,
is a
who,
really low bar.
Man, I can see his face. He's got like the dirty room and the Ninja Turtles. What's that guy's name?
That's so
The
vague.
Ninja Turtles. And he said weird things about young girls.
Okay.
They cover him on Drunken. They used to cover him on Drunken.
You're not
Peasants.
talking about that snake guy, right?
No, not that guy. He's got like dark curly hair. He like never changes his clothes. What's his name?
I think Uni
What?
Rock would
Oh,
actually...
Jared Genesis. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's who. Yeah, that guy.
I think Uni Rock would actually probably be a good topic for the Drunken Peasants to cover, for them to talk about.
Yeah.
He fits the profile.
What is that? What did they change that one segment to? They call it oddities now.
Yeah.
He could be their new Brett Keane. He could fit in.
I
He
just don't know,
produces
like...
enough. He produces enough streams for them to like leech things off.
Oh,
my
yeah,
no.
and be like, what's the conspiracy now? The only problem is he talks about he's talking about Steve too much.
Yeah. That's a funny thing too, is that Brett Keane at one point made like 5-10 videos a day
Oh god.
of just like random things, like just a flood of like little 5 to like 20-minute videos, and then he would make like 8-hour-long streams. There's a lot of similarities here, actually.
Woof. Weird.
One of the funniest things is people would comment how he would start a stream and be like, okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a break now, and then he would leave for like 2 hours, and he expected other people to like continue the conversation for him.
Oh god.
But nobody did. Sometimes you could like scrub through the video and people just like left, and he came back. It's like, I invited these people and they left. They hate me.
Oh no. Alright
like, why
guys,
give him
I'm gonna
anything
go
to, like,
take a
work
nap. I
off?
need you guys to take over the stream. Bye.
Why? Why would you do it? Why would you think that's okay to do?
Why would you do that and expect not to get like porn bombed or something?
There are
Yeah.
like there are a couple Twitch streamers that do stuff like that, and that is usually considered extremely unethical.
It's against
and they'll-
Twitch's terms of service
Yeah,
now.
they'll like start up a video that they're trying, like the commentators and the what are the reaction channel type people. A couple of them have been chewed out for doing stuff like starting up a video and then leaving, and they're like, oh, I'm listening to it on my Bluetooth headphones. It's like, yeah, but you're not there to comment. You're left.
Not doing the thing, yeah. You're not doing the thing. You're the
Yeah,
one
and,
thing.
there was,
you have one
there was
job.
one guy. There was one big one named Hassan, and he like left for like 40 minutes sometimes.
Oh
And
wow.
would be like, oh, I was getting something to eat, and his chat's just like going away, like talking about random stuff. And then like
It's on
30
the,
minutes, and he comes back to the video that's been playing. It was like a John Oliver video,
Oh wow.
and he's like, oh yeah, that's cool, and that's all he said about it. And then he walks away again for another like 20 minutes.
You mean
my
Hassan,
God.
the socialist, like,
And he
activist,
apparently makes a lot of money. Just
like $2 million
doing that.
house recently?
What the fuck?
Who?
Hassan.
Oh my
He
god.
bought a multi-million-dollar house, and he's like a socialist, like communist, like activist, and he's said things like "eat the rich" and shit like that before, and like he's LARPing for his audience essentially.
Sounds like a poser. Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, he's a
like,
complete poser. He's a massive capitalist posing as a socialist.
he's like a Vosh that doesn't know how to do what Vosh does.
Yeah,
really?
basically.
Look,
Oh
that,
shit. Yeah, he's a discount Vosh, and Vosh is pretty shit too.
Uni, that's what you could be doing. See,
At
At
that-
least, I would say at least Vosh can like entertain his audience and like talk and not just leave.
He's still a disingenuous shithead though.
Hey,
he's had a couple of crazy takes.
Hey Sheena, if you're interested, I know you were talking about wanting to interview about your experience. Would you also want to do sort of like a history of Uni Rock and be like, look at all the different shit he failed at doing? Because that might be kind of funny. Just like a brief timeline. Because I would get a bit of a kick out of that. personally. I would think that's a little bit funny. But, I don't know, you guys have anything else on this topic? Because I just got sick of hearing, like, people like Uni Rock and people like, you know, his crew in general, and, like, people like Katie and Nate Brody and shit trying to say that, oh, hey, the community thinks this, and it's bad for the community about this, and why is the community blah 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 blah. And it's like, you do realize that your community and our community are not the same community. Let's actually hear what some of these people have to say. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, I don't think any of you would consider science first as part of your community.
Fuck no.
Nope.
Yeah, science first. You're officially not part of my community.
I mean, if the community is a giant circle and there's like a cesspool at the edge of it, like where there's barely enough water to survive, maybe he's there. I don't know.
See, I have one requirement for people to be part of my community. They have to have this thing called integrity first.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you can't be on that list where you're too much of a chicken shit to at
Don't
least
talk about lists. Shh.
That's lists are Machiavellian, all of them. You got a grocery list? Machiavellian.
Oh
I
my
could
god,
make
it's exactly
a
like
list.
what Essence of Thought did. Exactly the same.
Oh my god.
You're talking about getting some oranges and some bananas. Oh my god, trying to deplatform.
We're talking about science first again. We're gonna get double striked.
Oh no.
This video's going down.
He's got a. If only there was a way. If only there was a way to get around bullshit claims. So I have an Odyssey account, everybody. You can go and find my Odyssey account. I'll link it in the description down below, and I'll put it in the community tab. So in case there's ever a video that's bullshit striked, you can go find it over there.
Yay!
I don't know. I don't. The thing is like I just felt like the apologetics going on needed to be addressed a little bit more. Because, like, a lot of the times they'll do some shit, and then they'll do some more shit, and it's like Donald Trump. Like, it's like, you can't focus on this shit he did over here, because there's just more shit is piling on top of this shit.
While the addressal is happening, there's other things happening that need to be addressed. But it's just infinite. It just goes on and on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing right now, right?
It's the nature of choosing something that you're biased toward, and making up any excuse to defend it. It's
That's
easy.
exactly it.
You don't have to think. You don't have to be thorough and critical and think through why your thought makes sense and be able.
Right.
You just state what you think, and who cares?
Confirmation bias first, science last.
Step bad, critical thinking. Who care?
I'm back.
Pretty much.
Step back. You can't the facts.
You can't the facts exactly.
You can't the not hate step.
Well, and that's the thing that I think is the big takeaway here. It's like, it doesn't matter. Fuck Steve. Oh, this thing happened? Well, anyway. We're really not gonna make a big deal about somebody in your community, because Kyle's not a part of our community. He got kicked out when he tried to take over Non Sequitur. You can tell by all the downvotes. He got kicked the fuck out.
It's like that anything meme, or what is it? It's kind of like the butterfly guy meme too. Like they look up and the butterfly's like literally anything, and then like, is this Steb?
Is this Steb?
Is this about Steb?
Is this about Steb? It's like Kyle was not part of this community as soon as he did what he did. Right? As soon as the Death of the Non Sequitur show dropped, and as soon as like people went live on Red's channel, Kyle was out. He had like a
schism.
He had like a day or two that he could have maybe rectified this, or at least started to, but he didn't take it. And so because of that, he was mad. He was super kicked out of the community. So it's not like somebody in. Why are we more upset than the people in the community with him? Like, he's part of your community. Why are you not more outraged that somebody in your community was beating up their boyfriend, especially since you're supposedly these arbiters of morality that you claim to be, right?
When all bets were off was when you said 1 or 2 days, and I think that's pretty accurate, because it seemed like almost immediately, I don't know, people would have to, cross-reference and check the dates of when people posted things, but it immediately went into apologetics of why Kyle was right for clearly taking something that even his friends that were defending him we're saying that Kyle shouldn't have taken, and he should give it to Steve and give the portion that Steve was, due at that time to him.
No,
Oh yeah, because it was like the meta Kyle stuff, and like, oh, Steve was bad to guests, and oh, but Kyle was so professional, and like, none of that, you notice that none of that shit was ever backed up, right? Like, you never saw KC or GE or Jimmy Snow or any of those people being like, here's an example of Steve on the Non Sequitur show treating a guest poorly. Here's Steve not addressing a guest, da-da-da-da. No, it was, oh, Steve had an issue with a Patreon of his. And he didn't want his platform,
yes.
And he didn't want his platform being used to boost bullshit. Oh, weird.
That was one of the things.
As
that
if
Kyle
it was a bad
said,
thing.
Yeah, that was one of the things Kyle said was a reason, and Steve said, "That is my Patreon. That's not yours. That's not the Non Sequiturs."
But at the same
It was a
time,
separate
Kyle was using the Non Sequitur show to boost bullshit.
What did he do? He did like his personal like grinder and stuff like that.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
That.
Wait. If Kyle put his personal grinder through the non-sec show, does that mean his personal grinder is now part
Yes.
of the non?
Yes. Kyle is an idiot, and anything he made using the Non Sequitur show, like, email address
Brand?
belongs...
Is
No,
an-
the
is an
email
asset.
address is an asset of Steve's, because he made it using the Non Sequitur show email. Idiot!
Why? Okay, beyond that just being stupid, why would you ever want to put your work as part of the I'm going
Yeah,
to...
it's just bad logistically. Didn't you know he is the Non Sequitur?
I am the Non Sequitur. I am the smoking nun.
The Senate.
Right?
You know what we need to do?
Not getting a good green color here. I'm not happy about it.
No, you know what we need to do? You remember when they did that little thing where they did the tweets and they were like, how many times do these tweets mention Steve or like different versions of Steve?
Yeah.
They need to do those again, but this time add like Chesh and me, like in people from our community, to show them how unobsessed with Steve we are.
Oh, like how many times do we mention Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, like not even them, just Steve. Oh god.
Like put them in it again, but then put us in it to show that we barely ever mention him because he's barely a thing. Like we may think about him like once or twice a day maybe, but he is like a constant in their brains. They can't stop obsessing. But we just don't, like, he's not a thing. Like, it's not a cult. We don't care. We just don't give a shit. Like, we just don't care.
I kind of want all of us to get subpoenaed for Katie Joy's thing. So we can, all of our messages become public. They all become part of public record, and everybody can look at how much we don't actually ignored Steve.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I messaged a lot of you guys far more than I ever have Steve, and the last time I messaged Steve was when I was still on Twitter, and it was to pester him to get a link to get into the call.
Yeah, take all my Twitter messages from me to Steve. Take them all. I don't care. None of it matters. It's
all the
irrelevant
super secret
nonsense.
cult meetings that we have.
All they're gonna learn is that Steve, you know how Steve and Ben like interacted. They're just gonna learn that Steve is like that with everyone.
Oh, so cute. Oh my god, so cute. I don't know. I can't. So adorable.
All you'll learn from me is that I apparently try to get into hold of Steve at the worst possible times, and that I know very little about anything, and that's what you'll learn.
I'd be curious to know what. I mean, I'm not even really that curious, but the numbers. But since when do these people care about science, right? Some of them are only PhDs and lawyers and people who are going to school and getting what they so highly respect and put this put this education onto a pedestal and then don't fucking use it.
I can't comment anymore about that because yeah, never mind.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing wrong with being educated. There's nothing wrong with getting an education. If you want an education, you get one. Good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that. But if you're gonna, like, prop up that you have this, Manya doesn't use her engineering degree because she works in a field not related to engineering, but she also doesn't put her engineering degree on a pedestal as if that's the thing that gives her value.
Hold on.
Right?
How many followers does Nate have?
I don't fucking know. Like on Twitter or on YouTube?
YouTube.
Like 80,000, 100,000? I don't know.
That's it?
Yeah, something like that.
That's it?
Yeah.
That is pathetic. Oh, and by the way, most of them are sycophants, right?
Oh, of course.
Oh, it's 115 now. Last time I checked, it was probably 80.
Yeah. How many of those are hate watching?
I don't know. Sounds
How
like a
many
waste of
joined from
time.
his one like clickbaity video that was about Breonna Taylor?
Oh yeah. Oh. I don't know. I imagine like anybody watching Nate at this point about like racial issues has to have like a big question mark over their head for his race baiting, as well as him admitting to being a dirty cop in New York. Like, big question mark? Big question mark?
Yeah, see, there are people who do fuck up, and then they eventually own it. I have yet to hear Nate own anything.
He's had like one or two videos hit the algorithm, which gave him about recently he got one video that was at 432,000 views, which that's actually a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he doesn't get a lot.
But
of
it
followers.
seems like his main videos hover at about like 1,000 to like 20,000 or so.
That's a pretty big gap to me, but nah.
Well, to be fair, the reason why I'm asking this is we know there's a drastic difference, and Rez, shut up, we know you hate Twitch. There's a drastic difference between Twitch and YouTube when it comes to view counts and how money's managed in the back end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so the group I'm with is extremely well known throughout the game I play and outside of the game I play.
Oh my god.
Because they make
one thing just shocked me. He also got a video on the same topic, U.S. women's soccer something equal pay. It got 4 million views 5 months ago.
Ooh.
I had no idea.
It's almost like we don't follow him religiously or something.
Right? But the thing that shocks me is, alright, so maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 at most. Every single time that the people that I'm with put on a couple shows, we're talking 2,500 to 3,000 people almost every single time.
Nikki's gonna make us all famous.
No. No. None of you can stand to play Eve outside of maybe like 3 or 4 of you in this community. And even then, some of you probably hate the group I'm with, so. Because I'm with them.
Is that live viewers, though, or is that total views?
That it was live views.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is like numbers on YouTube and stuff are an illusion. If I'm ever at that number, I'll say the same thing, because the numbers aren't really what matters. The numbers make things appear a way that they may or may not, right? You don't know who's viewing. You don't really know how many times they're viewing it. You don't really know what they think about the video unless they comment.
Yeah.
You also, like, those numbers don't translate into money nor power necessarily. The only way those numbers turn into power is if you have a following that likes you, the person. Clickbait titles only get you, like, minimal amount of attention. You then have to retain those people and those numbers and that attention.
That's why I was trying to compare this, because Nate's a lawyer. My boss in this game is a fucking lawyer.
Yeah. I'd be curious to know if and when Steve's report on Nate towards the bar, if that ends up like being a thing that happens and he gets debarred, is he gonna have to like change his YouTube channel? Like, is that gonna like Jesus?
I think it's called disbarred, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Nate the disbarred lawyer.
Oh, just call it just Nate disbarred. That'd be funny.
Hey, now
All right.
I can give legal advice.
Does
Nate's a lawyer.
Does anybody have any last words about the apologetics or whatever the fuckery had been going on this week, whether it be Misha or Science First or Uni Rock's apologetics or I guess Menace's apologetics?
Well, no, but I would say that now's the time to go ahead and steal the name of Nate the Lawman, because that's what I would go to.
Fair.
So go ahead and steal that, somebody. You could sell it to him for whatever he's got.
Couple grand. Cover me for rent for a few months. Cover my grocery expenses, Nate, and you can have this channel.
Don't give it to him until after. Don't give it to him until after you've actually got everything paid for.
Oh, no. See, that's the magic thing about having multiple bank accounts. Oh, okay. You're right. Hit me here. PayPal me here. Oh, it's in my main bank.
Nate the YouTube only lawyer. Well, I mean, he's engaged in this too, right? He's been like calling bullshit on this, that, and the other thing, and supporting Kyle through this also. So it's like there's no surprise there.
All of his best videos are like capitalizing off that one video that got 4 million views. They're all about like the wage law.
Well,
yeah, I mean that's a thing.
That's fine. I don't see an issue with anything like that. You gotta follow where things go sometimes and what works for you. And sometimes it takes a long time when you're so obsessed with Steve to find out something that works for you. And
oh my god. Maybe
Ruth right there. Jesus Christ.
Maybe he would have hit 1 million subs if we didn't pay attention to Steve. Steve's fault.
Steve's fault. God damn it, Steve. Nate would have been so much more popular if it wasn't for you, you fuck. Alright. Speaking of Steve, he's going live in about 20 minutes. I'll be over there probably either in the chat or in the call finding out what's going on. There's Non Sequitur show updates and updates to Kyle's situation. Uni Rock and Misha and Science First and Menace to Sobriety and that whole crew of dipshits can all go fuck themselves for their apologetics, rape, and domestic violence, and otherwise they can take their transphobia, their homophobia, shove it up their ass. As much as you don't like Steve, it doesn't justify your behavior, and when you say, but Steve does this, it does nothing to address your behavior. So, fuck off, and I'll see you guys for Dumb Fuck Friday, probably. I don't even know what I'm doing. I fucking don't even care. I'll see you guys later. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.